What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided I wanted to do a little bit of a Q&A. I haven't done one for some time and I feel like I need to update you guys on a few things that's been going on. So I've recently asked on my Instagram for your questions and I swear you always come up with the best questions every single time. I always seem to try and do one of these videos, which has been a lot, but I never seem to do them. I always get the best questions. So today I'm actually going to be answering all of your questions. So I've got my phone here. I'm just going to go through my Instagram question box and we are going to get this ball rolling and we are going to update you on everything that's been happening. I do have a cup of tea with me, so it's going to be like a little chill, like life update Q&A here. We're going to get the first one out of the way, and this is the elephant in the room because everyone wants to know, but this is all about baby number 3. Now, I get this question asked so many times. If we're having another baby, when baby 3 is going to come, are we wanting more kids? And I just want to clear the record straight. Baby number 3 is not happening for us unless we decide later on that we are going to try for baby number 3. But for now, we are settled with 2. We're very comfortable with 2. I've kind of opened up to the fact of just sticking with 2. As much as I wanted a 3rd, Jason is very comfortable with 2. And he has these reasonings why, and I totally agree with them. So now I don't think baby number 3 is going to happen for us, but you don't know what happens in the future. In a couple of years, we might decide to have another baby, or there might be a beautiful accident that happens later on. But for us, we're sticking with 2 kids. Do you have a end goal in the house renovations? Well, I feel like our house renovations is never ending. I feel like there's always something that we are wanting to change, or that we did something and we didn't like it, or we just didn't do it well enough and we want to change it up. So actually recently we've actually just changed the floors. All our floors are getting changed to wood clipboards instead of the vinyl floors that we had before, and they are so much nicer. Like, it just gives our house such a different vibe and a different feel, and they're completely different to what we had before. We had very grey, cool toned floors before, and now we have very warm neutral floors, and it just changes everything in our house and I love it so much. But I feel like what's for next in our house renovation is probably going to be our kitchen. We're wanting to completely gut our kitchen and start fresh. There's not going to be much change to the design of the kitchen. It will still be the same layout, but everything else will get changed. So the bricks are going, everything will be white and clean, and there'll be a freestanding oven instead of the wall oven that we have. We also want to add a coffee nook in there where we can have a coffee machine in there. Of course, I don't drink coffee, but Jason does, so we would like a coffee nook for him. Also, another plan that we have is our backyard. We have huge plans for our backyard. We want to completely like redo it. We want to add a pool in eventually, and we want to do concrete flooring out there with also some decking. So fun things happening in our backyard one day. There's many things on our list that we want to do. Like, we want to do a front fence, we want to do new driveways. There's many things on our list. Eventually we'll probably go up. Like I said, many things on our list. I feel like it's never ending, but one day it will end and we'll stop renovating. But for the time being, we are slowly doing it. We tend to do one huge renovation a year. So this year was our bathroom. Next year will be our kitchen. We tend to do this because we save for our renos. We don't actually go to the bank to go get loans. We save everything for our renovation. So this is why it's taking a lot longer than it probably would if we went to the bank and just got a huge loan for our whole house. How's Teddy's sleeping going? Well, actually, it's been going crap. It's been going really bad lately. The last 2 weeks he's been in leap 6 and his sleep has just gone out the window. He was such a good sleeper until 2 weeks ago, and then it just all changed. He's been practically on my chest nearly every single night, and I'm not enjoying it. Like, I love being close to him and I love having him so close to me, but my sleep is very broken these days because not only am I'm still looking after him during the night and feeding him and getting him up, or, you know, just settling him down. Because he's on my chest, I freak out. I'm not a fan of co-sleeping whatsoever. I know it is for some people and it's not for others, and it's just not for me. It's not something I really enjoy. So right now, us co-sleeping somewhat with him on my chest is just something that I'm not enjoying, and I really want to get him back into his cot, but he is refusing. So today is actually day one of him trying to cut down to 2 naps instead of 3 naps during the day. So fingers crossed that actually does something and his sleep changes, because I need some sleep. I need my anxiety to go away at night because I just don't like it. I need to have a tea break. I feel like I've just been chatting so much. Do you ever have time for yourself, as in like girls' night? Never see you do that. Well, fun fact is I actually live about an hour away from many of the people that I'm friends with. A lot of them have kids themselves. This is probably gonna be rude towards my group of friends, but I've always felt like I've been the outcast. So I tend to feel like I don't get invited to things, or that I'm too far away to include in things because I do live an hour away from them. I do have my friend Megan, who I adore very much. She does have 2 kids herself now. And also she is a breastfeeding mum like myself, so it is a little bit hard to get away from the kids when we are their sole provider of, you know, food. I would love to get out and have a girls' night. I would love to have girlfriends come around, but I just don't. A while ago, I thought I saw you mention you were starting a business. Did that happen? Well, no, it didn't happen. I decided to put that on pause in March because of COVID. I was just about to start stuff up and buying inventory for it, but I decided to pause it for a little bit while COVID was at its peak, especially where I was going to get my inventory from. And since then, I've decided I am not going to go through with it. It's just too much for me to handle at the moment. If I had some assistance, it would be a lot easier, but because I am a one-woman show, adding a business into doing YouTube and Instagram and TikTok now, it is a little bit too much for me to handle, plus looking after 2 kids and running a household. So I've decided to put that on pause completely. For the time being, I would like to still do it in the future, but for the moment, it's not going to be happening. Are you still working at the childcare centre you used to work at? No, I'm not. I actually ended up quitting before I had Theodore. I decided I didn't want to return after having him because I really wanted to focus on my social media career. Plus, I just didn't want to return to childcare if I was going to return to a regular job. I really want to go back to aged care. I also would like to maybe go and study paramedics, but I am trying to focus all my time on my work here at home and trying to get that up so I can be a working from home mum. How do you feel about your kids on the internet? Well, this is a good question because obviously everything has changed with my channel and also on Instagram. But if you didn't know, I've actually taken my kids away from social media as much as I possibly can. I decided I wasn't comfortable with them being on social media as much as they were and showing the things that I was showing. I just wasn't comfortable with doing it anymore. Over the last couple of months, I've been doing a lot of research on child trafficking, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear about it, but it is something that is still happening to this day, that is happening a lot. It's something that I don't want to continue. I don't want children to be trafficked for their bodies. So I decided that I wanted to not put my kids in danger of something happening to them. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional about it, but I've become passionate about trying to change things for our children and for the children that are out there suffering every single day in the hands of these horrible people. So I decided that I wanted to take my children out of the equation and just try and not show them as much as I possibly can. How do you find Jason working home now? Do you find you get less time with him? I feel like I get so much less time with him than I did when he was working away. If you're not aware of Jason's job change, he ended up getting a promotion, and with that promotion his roster changed. So he used to be an 8 and 6 roster where he went away for 8 days and he was home for 6 days straight. But now Jason is a 5 and 2, so he works Monday to Friday and he's home on the weekend, and he works here in Perth. He doesn't actually fly away, and when he flies away it's a very rare occasion. But I feel like I get so much less time with him, and he even said that a couple of weeks ago, that he feels like he gets so much less time and he feels like so much is being pushed into 2 days instead of extending it over to 6 days. But he wanted the promotion, he wanted to go higher in his career, and that is just something that we had to go with the job position. One day he hopes to go back to 8 and 6, but that just means it will be a different position. It won't be the position that he is in at the moment. I'm going to make this my last question, but it says, how is your breastfeeding and solids going with Teddy? My breastfeeding journey is going so well. I am now 8 months into breastfeeding, and if you weren't aware, I only got 9 weeks with Frederick until I dried up and I just gave up, and it was a very emotional experience with me because I was so invested in breastfeeding him that it just became a huge trigger for me watching other people breastfeed. So I really wanted to try my absolute hardest breastfeeding Theodore, and I'm now 8 months in, and it makes me very happy that I'm 8 months in. Our journey isn't 100% perfect. I actually don't feed from both of my breasts. I only feed from my left one. Theodore just started to refuse my right one, and we have not fed off that one for 3 months now, so all his food is coming from my left. So I have very odd shaped, missized breasts at the moment, but I am completely fine with that. It's kind of got used to only feeding on this one. I did try to feed him again off my right one a couple of weeks ago, but it was very painful because obviously it hasn't had that, you know, sucking motion to it for quite some time now. So it was basically like going back from day one, but him having a stronger, you know, suction to it. So it was quite painful, so we decided not to do it, and we'll just continue with this one. I still do have milk in this one. It drips from time to time, but it never fills up because it doesn't have the removal of the milk like it does with this one. But my breastfeeding journey otherwise is going really well. Solids is going really well. Theodore has not reacted to anything that we've given him recently or since we started solids. We have given him eggs and he's completely fine with eggs, and we have given him peanuts and he's, well, not peanuts, but peanut butter, and he's completely fine with that too. So far, no reactions to any food that we've given him, but solids are going really well. That is my Q&A. That is all the questions I'm going to be answering today. I'm going to take this opportunity of Theodore sleeping right now and get some more work done. So I hope you all enjoyed my Q&A. Hopefully your questions got answered. If you want another question answered that I didn't answer or that you're just curious about, just put them in my comments and I will answer them for you. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you very soon. Bye.